3, 2, 1.
Hey, this is Pastor David Smith at Belvidere First Assembly of God. I'm here today with Gil and Chanel Williams. They are missionaries to Austria who are going to be with us at church Sunday. Gil and I immediately connected at General Council because he was wearing one of his salty t-shirts. And I'm like, hey, what a salty guy. But actually, what we're talking about there is we were both in the Navy. We were shipmates. And so he was on the USS John C. Stennis. I was on the USS Enterprise. Both of those are carriers. We had a lot to talk about. And he's called into the missions field, got a great call and a great ministry. Chanel, kind of lead us into this. How did you know you were called, and how did you know this is where you wanted to go?
Well, you know, Gil and I both have stories of hot messes, how God called us into salvation. And one of those ways is, I don't know if you're familiar with the Ministry of Teen Challenge, but I'm a graduate from the 1990s. And towards the end of my time there was a real specific call to the country of Austria. And around that time, God was calling Gil and getting him saved and really speaking missions into his life. And then when we finally found our way together to be husband and wife, we realized that we were called as missionaries to the country of Austria together.
And that is just amazing. When a husband and wife are given a mission together, people talk about the purpose of marriage. Man, when your marriage has a purpose, it makes it so much greater. So what kind of people in Austria are you going to minister with?
We're going to work with the Muslim refugees that have settled out in Vienna.
Okay, where do these Muslim refugees come from? How'd they get to Austria?
They come from all over the Middle East, Iran, Iraq, Syria. So during 2015, there was mass exodus in the Middle East, and a lot of these refugees have left because of their countries are in the middle of war.
Right.
And they wanted out. They're tired of war, so they left.
That's because you were on one side of the war. In fact, you probably weren't crazy about Muslims at one point, to say the least, right?
No, and the Lord has done something miraculous. He is sending me to work with people to wash the feet of people that I once would have pulled the trigger on.
That is amazing. Well, kind of tell me how being in the military sort of prepared you for missions work.
It's taught me to be a leader, and it's also taught me how to deal with pressure and stress.
Right.
You know, there was one time as a search and rescue, we were flying on our helicopter and we get this call to go pick up some wounded.
Now, wait a second. Don't tell me this story, because I want you guys to come hear this story. He has got some great stories about how God turned his hatred for a people group into his love for a people group so that he could reach that group, and he's going to come out. Gil and Chanel are going to be with us this Sunday. I hope to see you there. We'll see you then.